Hey, what's going on? This is Jimmy Jam here. Thanks for joining this training session. We're going to look at an auction that's coming up here on November the 16th. Cummins Montgomery. We have 76 acres that has been broken up into 3 tracts. One thing I like about Cummins Montgomery is that they provide all these nice documents for you. So you get to look at the survey of the 3 tracts, and we see that we have one 15-acre tract, a 25-acre tract, and a 36-acre tract. And you can see the soil site in the corner here of tract 1. You can see the soil site in the upper right corner of tract 2 and the upper left corner of tract 3. So here's the key when you're looking at lots, especially with large tracts like this and a lot of road frontage. You want to evaluate the soil across the property just to see if there's a possibility of maybe getting another tract or two out of the larger tracts. So I've already gone to acre value and I have pulled up this property, and so we have a list of all the soils on the left hand side, and you will notice that as you hover over the colors, it will tell you what kind of soil it is and highlighted on the left. So this is Tupelo, and you see that there's 23.93 acres of Tupelo. This is Dilton Rock, and you can see that there's 24.53 of Dilton Rock. And you see here that if you combine Tupelo and Dilton, it makes up about 75% of the 75 acres that this property has. So let's look at a few of these soils. If you're not familiar with them, we'll look at a few of these soils, and how can you assess and determine if the soil is suitable for a septic or subsurface sewage system. And so let's look at Dilton. We'll go to the app here, the Tennessee Soils app, and we'll type in Dilton, and we see that Dilton is a 75-minute soil. It has a soil rating of 4. There is a note here that says high water table soils may not be suitable. Keep that in mind. We'll go back and we see that there is Tupelo and Roland. So let's look at Tupelo and Roland. So we'll type in Tupelo. Tupelo is a soil that is greater than 75 minutes. This soil rating is 5, so it's a bad soil. So I'm not going to count that or consider it. Roland, that is not a soil I hear of every day. So that one also is a 75-minute soil. It has a soil rating of 5. And so let's see, if we go back here, one thing I did notice that on the soil survey, if we go back to that on Cummins Montgomery's website, you can actually see that there's a soil area here and there is a soil area here. When I go back to my soil map, you can see here is Bradyville, and Bradyville is also here. Now we know that Bradyville is a marginal soil. Its rating is a 4. If I go to my soil app here and type Bradyville in, and we see that it is a 75-minute soil and its soil rating is 4. And so the soil map here basically mirrors the survey. You have your soil area on track 2 and 3 here, and your soil area on track 1 here. Now, if we go back to Dilton, which is about 24 acres, highlighted here in the yellow, when we go back to our soil app, and let's type in Dilton again. It is a 75-minute soil, but there is a note that says that high water table soils may not be suitable. I like to use the CRS data, and if I go back to the road view, you can see that there is a river that cuts through this property. Typically, when you have water that runs through property like that, the soils around it are going to be very soggy and wet. And typically what would happen here is your soil scientists will go out here and start digging, and they get to about 8 to 10 inches below the surface, and water would start bubbling up. And so I'm going to consider, because of this river running through this creek running through the property, I'm going to consider that all of my Dilton soil it's not gonna be usable. It's no good. So my overall assessment of this property is that the likelihood of you being able to subdivide this is going to be very slim. And so if I'm going to this auction, I'm going to be cognizant of this and understand that the money I pay for this, I may not be able to subdivide this, and so I'm going to be very cautious what I throw out as far as a bidding number on this property, because at the end of the day, we're wanting to make money, not lose it. And this is one where you can bid on it and you can end up losing money. And so with that being said, I hope this lesson right here has showed you a few things if you didn't know them. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.